Okay,
John?
so you talked with a buddy of yours.
Yeah, we did. Just hopped off the call a few minutes ago.
Was
And
was it a podcast or that
yeah,
was his podcast or you were just catching up?
gosh, I feel bad because I'm spacing on the name now. I think it's a show. It's called Founder Led, I believe.
Okay.
And it's like a network of basically like what me and you have been talking about. What catalyzed this whole thing is like, yeah, like people want to see authenticity. They want to like actually see past the hype and see who the person is behind
Yeah.
all this stuff. They don't want to see some fancy infographic,
Yeah.
that tells them everything is incredible. And just yeah, that this is like there's a lot of demand for this, and seems like he's building a whole like network around this, and so it's pretty cool. Yeah,
Nice.
it
Okay,
was
so you
all
just recorded an episode with him.
yeah, I guess so, and we're gonna blast it out there and see what happens. And
That's great. Okay, I'm
yeah, I mean,
excited to watch it.
yeah, I mean, I can a little sneak preview. We talked a little bit about Blue Shift, like where we both worked, and sort of the origin story a little bit of like my arc and like why I decided to quit and what sort of my thesis is. Um, you're pretty familiar with it, but what's getting better is I feel like I'm starting to hone it a little bit. Like I had the dinner with my dad last night. He was like, "Look, like you need to just put together like a 20-minute video that's cohesive. Like just maybe record yourself and like keep doing it until you're like happy with it." But like that would probably help you so much in terms of like sending that to investors. Like that is like the big problem that you have right now, and the problem that I would have if I was in your shoes. Like this is like hard to do, and you should do that. And so that's good. I mean, it's like everyone kind of telling me the same thing. Like, what the hell are you doing? And so it's good. And I think it is like all this like pressure is like forging something. And today I've been kind of on a dual track on one machine. I'm sort of gutting the factory finally, like tearing out all that stuff I showed you, the R&D stuff to just like really be a lean, mean terminal computer hosting machine
Yeah.
and your agent in a box machine. And so there's that track. And then there's the BitterClip track where it's like, okay, I literally have someone like waving dollars in front of me, being like, I will pay you for this. Like this is like very valuable to me. And like it's valuable to me and you to get this show like distributed. And so yeah, I think we'll continue to attack that, and I'm hoping that on Friday, me and Rohan can maybe formalize some sort of partnership around it because he already expressed that, like, yeah, like maybe that's the model, like you just partner with people, and I'm like, yeah, that does sound kind of like the model. It's like, um, I can give you a bitter box, or you can go use whatever, but it's just convenient because it's all hosted there, and I'm already solving all the problems I'm solving for myself, and you get my omakase setup, and that's it. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. But if you like it, maybe it's good, and you can bring me in, and I can kind of give you pointers and guidance around the rough edges. Um, and that, yeah, perhaps this is the model. Perhaps there's 100 BitterClips out there, and I do podcasts with each one of the partners there, and we just build a software network like that, like a constellation software, like I've been talking about, but this sort of new distributed, like founder-led out build in public way.
Yeah.
Um,
So essentially use Bitter to make lots of sub products
mhm.
and get people using all the sub products that have been built
Right.
with
It's
Bitter.
it, it's
Yep.
like it's like it all kind of comes together, right? It's like I tried to build the factory brain, right? And I was like, man, this thing kind of like sucks. Like I like my brain better, like in terms of like the ideas that actually stuff I actually want to build and make sense.
Yeah.
And so that's like the missing piece. So it's very fitting that I'm like gutting the brain out, and perhaps there is like a brain that will can drop in there later. But I think the brain, it's not the brain, it's the second brain, right? It's like it's just a collaboration. It's really an extension of yourself. And
Yeah.
so I think the brain, the human brain is still many, many orders of magnitude more powerful than the most powerful LLM out there today. And so I think it's stupid to fight that. And maybe that's kind of like the insight there is that I'm trying to provide an environment where those brains can flourish and express themselves in productive ways. And Yeah, maybe that's the product,
Nice.
you know? Yeah. Um, so I don't know what that looks like. Like, I think
Yeah, I
I
know.
wonder
I don't
what would,
necessarily
yeah.
understand. I can't, I'm not super clear on like the distribution strategy of
Hmm.
a whole bunch of different products.
Yeah.
It seems like there should be a human leader for each one, ideally.
Yeah.
Like like say it was a team of a few people.
Mhm.
I don't know. There just has to be some way to.
Yeah. How does that work? Like, do they get like SheetGenius shares, or do I create like subsidiaries or partnerships? Like, this is the part where I'm like, "Phew, I need to learn, you know? Like,
Oh, well,
how does ownership work, you know? Like,
on
if
the business side of
yeah,
things, what is Sheet Genius?
a C corp, Delaware C corp.
Oh, that's a corporation that you created.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, on the business side of things, no, I think just leave everything in a single business and then um, incentivize people with equity and uh, and salary as opposed to like a whole bunch of different business entities or anything like that. Just because it's like Occam's razor, the simplest one is the best.
Mhm.
Trying to spin up a whole bunch of C corps and things like that, that's
Yeah,
also very difficult to invest in.
taxes suck.
Uh, yeah. So yeah, just I don't know. I think just one entity that uh I don't know. Everybody succeeds if that entity
Hmm.
succeeds. And if one project is taking off, then you can put more people and resources
Hmm.
on one project.
Hmm. Yeah.
Uh, like people can jump over to the other ones.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I'm just making that up.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still mulling it over too. Like, how does that work? And what maybe it's something as simple as like some kind of revenue share where it's like, okay, we operate this thing together. It's 50-50 or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Who knows? But like, yeah, I guess the equity stuff starts to come into play. So it's something I haven't fully dissolved, like figured through. And I feel like the model where okay, there's all these partnerships forming, and then one takes off. Well, then does everyone else like who had nothing to do with that like benefit from that? It also seems like kind of non-ideal. Like I don't know. It's anyone have ideas? I'd be interested because yeah, everything starts seems to get very complicated. But this seems like a good problem to solve in a sense if there's no clear answer. Um, so.
Well, it's not worth solving unless those entities are valuable or unless those individual properties are valuable. Um, so it's all just make believe in the beginning, and it's not
Mhm.
necessarily worth putting a lot of effort towards
Mhm.
trying to. I would think this is my take,
Mhm.
trying to like perfect it in the beginning.
Mhm.
The best way to do it is just to see which one gets
Mhm.
traction
Mhm.
and keep running and not try to perfect everything in the background.
It makes me think of the clip I heard today of with Jensen Huang. You see that
Yeah.
one where he's like,
Yeah.
"We've done like hundreds of billions of dollars of business with TSMC
Mm.
with no contract.
Oh
Like
yeah.
we've never had a contract, like, and
Yeah.
we just have trust, you know, and like that. And
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I love the quote of essentially contracts are the person with the deeper pocketbook always wins any contract disputes anyway.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you're better off just having an agreement and working towards that.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, that's cool that Jensen said that, and I totally think that that's true. Contracts to me are more. It's more important to lay out how we're going to work together, what this should look like,
Hmm.
what we should do if we decide to break up.
Like a letter
things
of
like that.
agreement, more like where it's like, okay, at least we can like we both signed that. If you can have anything on a piece of paper, like, I guess you can like look at that and be like, well, this is what we both like
Yeah,
talked
we
about.
agreed on this. Doesn't
Yeah,
this still
yeah,
make sense?
yeah, yeah,
But in
yeah.
terms of like trying to argue contracts,
Like litigate. Yeah, right, right, right.
li-
Yeah, yeah,
that is just really difficult.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We got into that when we had a $5 million contract with Groupon, and when they were in the process of letting go of the CEO, they were going to cancel. They were like, we reviewed all contracts over $1 million, and we're gonna cancel your contract. And we
Mhm,
were like, okay, but in our contract it says you have to pay us out to the next milestone, and that's 1.2 million. And they were like, nope. And what are we gonna do
mhm,
against really big Groupon? So we argued it, but it just took up, and we did end up getting money, but not all of it.
mhm,
And it took up tons of time of
mhm,
my life.
mhm,
Like it
mhm,
took up like 8 months of my life.
mhm. Yeah,
And I was,
yeah.
I don't know how old I was, but 15 years younger or something.
Oh,
Uh, and if I had to do it over again, I would have just been like, okay, cool. See you later.
yeah.
Let's just
Bigger fish
move
to
on.
fry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's insightful.
Mm,
Yeah. How was paddleball?
it was fun. Um, it's just fun to go to founder meetups and hear what people are building. That's
Yeah.
paddleball to me was secondary to asking people what they're working on. Um, and learning how businesses work. I love understanding how people are thinking through things. Like I got a guy to explain to me how insurance brokerages work in tons of detail.
Hmm.
Like the difference between a TPA and a PEO and a um what is I forget what the other one
Okay.
you could have. Uh yeah, but I that's just really it's fascinating because we talked about this recently. There are secrets
Yeah.
embedded in those stories, and there are secrets
Yeah.
that only people in the industry really know and understand.
Yeah.
And those are the opportunities
Yeah.
that where you can build things.
Yeah.
People on the street or people on the street, just like me and you thinking about our lives. Yes,
Yeah.
there are things that we can solve.
Yeah.
Um, but they're usually not that deep. They're usually the
Yeah.
ideas, the surface level ideas.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm. Hmm.
I've
Hmm.
been a
Yeah.
mentor for a couple years at a the University of Texas like
Hmm.
entrepreneurship program.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, I don't know what it's called, UT Startups, led
Hmm.
by Josh
Hmm.
Baer. But there's lots of ideas that are like um, roommate chores app.
Hmm.
Like, okay, everybody thinks of that. It's very hard
Hmm. Hmm.
to
Hmm.
execute that
Yeah.
execute that well. So what's the next level? You have to dig deeper and deeper. What are the things that you are uniquely that you uniquely understand that others don't?
Hmm.
And how can we build something around that? And if
Hmm.
you don't have anything like that, then go hang out with people. Like that's
Hmm.
I love the founders who say there, for example, one of the UT groups that got into YC in the last batch, they started out doing a um, image recognition startup.
Hmm.
And they had some contracts for that, but then they decided to pivot and they just started talking to all their friends and friends of friends who are in different businesses. And
Hmm.
now they're working on software to run um, automotive collision centers.
Okay.
How random is that?
Hmm.
These are kids with like neuroscience backgrounds
Hmm.
and and medical background,
Hmm.
and they are just like we started talking to somebody with an auto shop. They introduced us to a whole bunch of other people or a
Hmm.
collision center. we
That's
realized that the
cool.
software is just horrendous,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and now we're going to go talk to as many more as we
I love that.
possibly can because we
That's so
really
cool.
think that that's a vertical.
Yeah.
And then they just at the beginning of this week decided that they were going to pivot, and they're that's what they're going to go with.
That's fucking
And
cool.
so that's the coolest thing. They went and
Yeah.
uncovered some
Yeah.
secrets themselves.
Hmm. Wow. How do they even like get into that conversation, you know? Like just
Oh, it's
like
a friend of theirs, boyfriend's father
just pounding the pavement.
owns an auto
Hmm.
collision
Hmm.
shop in Austin,
Hmm.
and they just went and hung out with them and for the day and watched them use the booking software,
Okay.
watched them call the auto parts
Yeah,
stores to
yeah.
like find out what's in stock,
Huh.
watched them use some insurance software
Yeah.
that they use to like figure out how much a
Yeah.
repair is supposed to be and how they're going
Sure.
to bill the insurance. They just watched all that whole
That's
process,
fantastic.
and then we're like, of the different, I don't know what other businesses they went and observed, but that one stood out to them. And then they asked the owner of that auto shop, can we go and visit some of your friends' auto
Yeah.
shops?
Yeah.
And so they
Yeah.
went and hung out with those.
Nice.
And and now they're building software in that space.
Incredible.
And I just love that.
Hmm.
It gives them a really unique advantage.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, and it's not to the auto shop prints, it's not even a secret. It's like, yeah, like this like sucks. Like I know someone could fix this. Like I
Yeah.
don't know, but like it's in principle very solved. It's like not it's obvious to them, you know, probably in some
Yep.
ways, but they just like need someone to kind of draw it out of them. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
People who work at
Yeah,
and own auto shops don't have a lot of overlap with people who can build great software.
yeah, yeah.
And that's where that's a really cool, there's really cool advantages or
Mhm.
an advantage of those kind of overlaps.
Mhm.
Another friend of mine has a um, very successful PE-backed porta potty company, like nationwide porta potty company. And I was talking to him recently about the software they use. And I haven't gotten into lots of detail about that software, but it felt like a similar kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, what is there's actually industry specific software
Mhm.
for for managing a porta potty company
Mhm.
that they use,
Mhm.
and it's horrendous.
Mhm. It's a shit show.
It's a shit show. I love those kind of opportunities. The question is, can they be $100 billion
Yeah,
companies?
yeah,
I don't know.
probably not.
So they might be the right type of company to get backing from a $50 million or less, or like a $30 million fund.
Mm,
Um, there's a lot of companies like that in Austin because
mhm,
there's smaller funds in Austin. People are more likely to seed strap,
mhm,
raise a small round, and then go and be profitable
mhm, mhm,
from then on.
mhm.
So it's an interesting space, different way of doing things.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be keeping that like in my consciousness, I think, as I move forward and see if I can identify conversations to be had like in that vein.
Yeah, yeah, we should talk to my friend with the porta potty company.
Hey, Holler, come on the
Yeah,
show.
yep.
Um, well, cool. I think we're about on our estimated time here. So maybe we
Cool.
can cut it here and
Show number five.
number six. Number
Number
six
six.
in in the hopper.
Cool.
Catch you tomorrow.
Good talking to you. Later.
Hold on.